Hello everyone, and today we're finally getting back to one of the most creative and funny Skibidi multiverses that I know. And just as usual for Maxidy's case, today's episode contained not only some really awesome fights and cinematography, but also some deep and emotional moments. And let me also tell you that episode 10 revealed some crazy lore twists too as well. Was Skibidi Scientist under someone's control? And what secret does he know about the whole war between the Alliance and the toilets? Who Neos really is, and what terrible things he's done. And most importantly, how the heck did PLUNGERMAN manage to get here and help his friends in the battle against Skibidi Scientist? If you want to know the answers to all these questions, then get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end, because I'm going to reveal all the secrets of episode 10 to you. And let's go! But before we'll dive into the analysis of the 10th episode by Maxidy's Skibidi Saga, let me remind you to subscribe to my channel because I'm working really hard to entertain you guys, and I always appreciate your support. So be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons not to miss my new cool analyses. Okay, so if you're subscribed now, let's continue. And the episode starts with TV Woman, who is reporting on how she successfully hacked the primary control system of the Skibidi base so that all doors can be opened now. But the good news got interrupted by the message that got sent on the Dark Speakerman's tablet, which shows, well, not that many details you know, but at least it conveys the meaning that G-Toilet became some really damn powerful. And let's not forget what happened in the 9th episode where he almost wiped the floor with Titan TV Man. And if it wouldn't for Titan Cassette Man who appeared to be nearby, we could easily lose Titan TV Man as well, which would significantly weaken the Alliance. But apparently our team doesn't really know all the juicy details for now, and right at the moment, they all are just shocked at the fact that G-Man became a literal Titan, and Camera Woman was especially vocal about it. And right after that, we see two of our buddies from episode 8-1, of which is our good old Polycephaly, and the other guy is Neos, a completely new character we've never seen before who knows suspiciously way too much about Skibidi toilets and has a cracked sense of humor. And in this episode, he's acting in his classic style, by which I mean that he's basically a crackhead. But of course, the trio of girls and the Dark Speaker Man never saw this guy before, so they're flabbergasted to say the least. So when TV Woman asks Polycephaly who this weird purple guy is in TV Men's classic voice reverse style, Neos gets agitated real quick and immediately tries to help her speak in the normal way, just as he already helped Polycephaly. But I can see that it looks kind of scary from the side, so of course TV Woman tries to cut that crap at first. But Polycephaly convinces her that everything is fine and that Neos is a really cool guy who can be trusted in reversing TV Men's voices. And I mean, yeah, sure. But let's not forget that Neos is basically a dark horse we still know nothing about. So I don't actually find it really cool that Polycephaly started trusting him way too fast. And you guys will see where my suspicions come from as you'll keep watching this analysis. But anyway, TV Woman agrees to this dubious suggestion, and boom! Her voice gets reversed so we can hear her perfectly now, and it seems like she's pretty happy about it too. But Camera Woman cuts this whole introduction short by saying that actual business has to be done in here, and that Skibidi Scientist can escape the base in any moment, which would ruin the whole point of this raid to Siberia. So now the enlarged team starts literally running for Scientist. Yeah, they are in such a hurry, guys, you cannot even imagine. Okay, but who am I kidding? They're still slow as snails. And meanwhile, Neos continues doing, well, basically Neos things as he tries to flirt with Speakerwoman by asking her about music, which is the perfect topic to start a conversation with my melomaniac girl, that's for sure. Oh, hell no, wait. Is this creep trying to flirt with my girlfriend, though? Neos, you better count your days now, and get these filthy hands off my woman, or I'll put my own hands somewhere in your body as well. But the whole mess finally gets interrupted by TV Woman, who announces that the lair of Skibidi Scientist is right in front of them behind the doors where containment lockdown is written on. And the problem here is that the door is closed. So guys start suggesting different variants of changing that situation. Polycephaly wants to solve the problem in his own way, but TV Woman tells him that the door opens via the special system that requires an audio input, and the whole thing requires the knowledge of Skibidi language. And here's when Neos can actually come into use, as he can literally imitate Skibidi language, so he says the code phrase that can be translated as, all people, one goal, one God. And of course this code fits, and when Neos gets asked how in the heck does he knows that he answers in his usual manner, I just know somehow. And he told Polycephaly the same thing about his unusually deep knowledge and abilities back in episode 8. And what can I even say here? This whole amnesia looks really suspicious to me. And even if Neos is not lying and this condition of his is real, it still doesn't seem to be good at all. And then the whole team moves inside this room where Skibidi Scientist can finally be found, and then we can hear the classic monologue of James Bond villain or something like that. And he tells them that he decided to take a form of a Skibidi toilet in order to gain a huge amount of knowledge, as some mysterious person told him to. But it turned out to be a lie, and Skibidi Scientist's intelligence was just used by them for their own gain. And it wasn't really clear who Skibidi Scientist was talking about exactly, as we still don't know much about the origin of Skibidi Plague within Maxidy's universe. Could it be Astro Toilets who decided to corrupt Skibidi Scientist and somehow use him for their own gain? Or maybe it's some other forces that are yet unknown to us. Or what if it's even cassettemen themselves? To all these questions, I don't have a right answer yet, so I believe we'll have to wait for the future episodes in order to understand everything. And then something really interesting happens, as Skibidi Scientist notices Neos and says that the Alliance's team must give this one individual to him because he's done terrible things. And what can he even mean by that? I'm so curious to know, but unfortunately, Polycephaly shuts him down real quick and challenges him for a fight, which Skibidi Scientist gladly agrees to. And then we can see a really awesome fight where basically every character gets their own chance to fight with Skibidi Scientist with the usage of their unique abilities. And man, let me tell you that the choreography of this whole scene was just insane. I already gave lots of praises for the fights from Zombie Universe by Monster Up. But let me tell you that Maxidy also grew so much as an animator within such a short period of time. And by the way, even Dom Studio themselves praised Maxidy's insane animation skills, and I think that this praise is totally valid. And in the process of this fight, we could glimpse at one of Neos' unique fighting abilities, which is apparently freezing his opponent's body parts. But he gets interrupted and gives up pretty quick. Typical Neos behavior, I guess. The fight gets intense really fast, and almost all of our comrades get pressed, and it already seems like there is no hope for them at this point. So Neos tries to get up and shine once again as he challenges Skibidi Scientist for a face-to-face fight. And apparently this purple bro seemed so annoying to the old man that he decided to solve his whole issues with, well, just one miserable click on remote controller. Yeah, you heard me right, guys. This whole mysterious and unpredicted purple TV man can be literally shut off with one simple button. I hope Speakerwoman saw that crap so that she'd never get impressed with such miserable prick ever again. But if I'll be more serious though, I think this scene confirms my initial speculations that Neos is basically a product of Skibidi Scientist that designed or altered him for some specific purpose. And it's also obvious that Neos has done some nasty things when we worked with Skibidi Toilets, but we just don't the exact details yet. Because if this magical remote controller would somehow work on all TV men, then Polycephaly become a victim of that as well. But it didn't happen. And then Skibidi Scientist adds, "To hell with H-Square Corporation, who is the company who basically created all hardware machines, and he prepares to destroy all of our friends once and for all." But suddenly something absolutely crazy happens. The freaking Plungerman breaks into the building and oh my god, the guy is insane. Apparently he got himself upgraded really well, and now he and his plungers are basically glowing in blue color, which highlights his connection with late Titan cameraman, and I found it to be really wholesome. But how did he even get to appear in this place, considering how he was left on the Alliance's base by the Dark Speakerman? Apparently the bro wanted to take part in his whole trip to Skibidi Scientist really bad, who was directly responsible for destroying Titan Cameraman, who was his best friend. And then we witness the whole anime scene between Plungerman and Skibidi Scientist that results in the latter one trying to teleport away. But guess what? Even more reinforcements arrived in the form of several cassettemen and cameraman who interrupted his escape and immobilized him. And then Plungerman wants to avenge his fallen brother Titan Cameraman, although the whole point of the mission was to take Skibidi Scientist alive to the Alliance's lab. Everyone tries to convince Plungerman to do a better thing, and the brother is obviously very conflicted about it. But thankfully he agrees to that as he seemingly became not only physically stronger but also wiser. And then the episode ends on the extremely warm and touching note as Plungerman apologizes to Camerawoman and they share a big hug. Okay, you don't have to make me cry like that, Maxity. So I believe that in the next episode, we'll see some sort of interrogation of Skibidi scientist who might tell us even more shocking information about the origin of Skibidi virus and the true villain in this whole war. And that was all for today. I was so incredibly thrilled by this episode, and I hope that you were too. And don't forget to write in the comments below, what do you think will happen in the future episodes of this series? And be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel not to miss my new cool videos. And it was me, ISO Toilet. See ya!